Hey, Dan here at my apartment in Mexico, where I'll be for about another month or so. Lots of questions I've been receiving from you on not only just the Ask Dan page on my website, but also through comments on YouTube, through Instagram, through Facebook. I am being a lot more active on Instagram and Facebook, sharing like shorter videos and things that aren't quite suitable for YouTube and that sort of thing. So if you do want to find me there on Instagram, it's just the Dan Johnston. And on Facebook, it's Dreams Around the World HQ, or probably just Dreams Around the World in the search, and you'll find it there. So let's get into some of these questions. So here's a question I received through the Facebook page, which is not the right way to send me questions, but it's all good. Hey Dan, quick question. I'm a longtime watcher and subscriber on your channel, and I absolutely love your videos. Well, thank you, thank you. I am an ENFP myself and have noticed a pattern of attracting individuals into my life who are polar opposite, like ESTJ or ISTJ types. Obviously, there is some sort of attraction, either as a friendship or romantic partnership. However, at times we seriously clash. The younger me used to think that this was a good thing because they kept me grounded. I have noticed that these types tend to have more logical decision making, and they have a desire to control their surroundings and stick to what is known or safe. Do you think this will become detrimental to my desire to grow as a person and to be free? Do you have any similar experiences or advice for me? This is a great question. And personally, I think that the opposite types that are a lot more grounded and more realistic, they serve a very good function, but not as dreamers and not as personal growth friends, let's say, if we want to look at it that way. So let's say you're growing your business, you achieve your dreams, whatever that happens to be, and ISTJ or ESTJ might make a great sort of vice president or even a great just business partner for you in many ways. But when it comes to dreaming of what's possible, especially when you're younger, my hunch is ISTJs, ESTJs, they're going to hold you back as friends, because you're going to be very lofty in your dreams and what you want to do, and they're going to, like you said, keep you grounded, but not necessarily in a good way. As an ENFP, you're going to get a lot of energy from your big dreams, right? From what you can do, what's possible. You need that as your fuel to push you forward. And if you have an ESTJ or ISTJ constantly pulling you down and saying, that's not possible, or give me the details, or how will you execute that, that's going to stop you from having those dreams, which ultimately is going to stop you from executing and doing anything. And part of this is also the way that you will probably interact with information and plans. So for me as an ENFP, I'm very good at the big picture stuff and the detailed day-to-day. Like if I'm trying to, let's say, set up a video on YouTube, I get into the details quite well in that. But the middle ground, sort of the planning, the 3-month goals, all that sort of stuff, I'm terrible at. And so if I'm talking to a more grounded type person, someone who wants that plan detailed out, I can't do it. It's just not how I work. I can have like my big, here's what I want to do, and then day to day I can get into it and I can execute and make it happen based on that really big picture plan. But the day to day I have a lot of trouble. So I would say keep these people in your life. In terms of sharing your plans and having someone who's going to really encourage you and push you on and help you, dream big, especially early on when you don't have that proven track record or know how you're going to do it yet. I would shy away from sharing that with that kind of people, those kind of people, probably better English, as well as maybe not maybe spending as much time with them if you're talking about romantically. So if this is your partner, someone you're spending that much time with, typically might not be the best choice in my opinion. So this next question I got, I won't read all the details of it, but essentially it's from a 30-year-old ENFP who is in a career that they don't really like and they want to make a change, but they're dealing with the fear issue of going back to school, making a change, that sort of thing. And The end part is, I think it's right to acknowledge that you are stuck in a dead end, but it takes lots of courage and discipline and energy to get what you want. Have you also been at this point? And my quick response to this is, yes, I was at that point in my 20s when I was making a big change. And the follow-up question was, did you feel a big amount of fear? And that's what I want to sort of focus on here. The fear of like, what if something goes wrong, or what if I make a mistake? And the fear is totally normal. And that's something that's really important to know and acknowledge, is being scared is like, it's gonna happen. No one's Superman, right? So if you're making a big career change, you're thinking about quitting your job or moving abroad, or changing your major at school or dropping out of school, it's going to be scary. What we should try to learn to do is differentiate between fear that's telling us like, don't do this. So if there's like a poisonous snake and you feel fear, that fear is good. It's saying, don't touch this poisonous snake, right? There's also the fear that's more of the fear of the unknown and the anxiety that goes around that. And that is really a misleading fear, because it's fear of the unknown. But anything, like you could open the freezer and what's going to be in the freezer might be unknown. It could be ice cream, or it could be somebody's head. So fearing the unknown is not something that really serves us. So figure that out. Are you afraid because you might actually make, like, it is the wrong decision? Or is it just the fear of the unknown? And most of the time, like the vast majority of the time, it's going to be more fear of the unknown. So once you figure that out and you realize what you actually need to do, and usually your intuition will help you with this. If you actually, turn off social media for a couple hours, go for a long walk, take some time to be with your thoughts, you'll realize what it is you really should be doing. Once you figure that out, I'm a big fan of making big decisions. I made a video about this recently. Keystone Decisions, I believe, is the title, about making a big decision that you can't reverse, and that helps you overcome all the fear. So check out that video if you haven't, and it will help with all that fear type stuff, big life changes, that kind of thing.